because especially if your company isn't paying you until months later, it's kind of, oh my god, I gotta do.
And for tax, they deducted $422.
And I know some people can't, and it's not their fault.
You have to kind of give the appearance that you're busy and you're working really hard.
皆さんごきげんよう。こちらヤタ放送局です。皆さんは日本の職場と聞いてどんなイメージを思い浮かべますか？会社一丸となって力を合わせる、ミリ単位までこだわる繊細な仕事、そんな印象を持つ方も多いと思います。一方で海外ではルールが多くて窮屈そう、残業ばかりなんじゃない、そんなイメージを持つ人も少なくありません。しかし実際に日本で働いた外国人からは、なるほど、だからこうだったのか、思っていた日本と全然違う、そんな驚きの声が続出。彼らは一体何に驚いたのでしょうか。ということで今回のテーマは日本の職場に驚愕する外国人たち。それでは行ってみましょう。
Where is my boss? He just left. Me in the kitchen alone. Sir, boss man, where do you need me?
Maybe.
Do you want me on the fryer?
No.
Or do you want me washing dishes? Ah, you want me on the dishes? Okay, okay. All right. You know, I'm just a girl trying to hustle. It ain't free to live out here.
이네, 그, hey,
A bastard!
what the heck, good.
You know what? If you wash dishes so fast, you do the dishes yourself.
Hey.
I quit. I'm done. I quit. How can you please get this girl moving that fast?
Hey.
It's no food on the plate. You're not even cleaning them dishes. I want to be employee of the month. I have been your best employee that's ever been in this restaurant.
gammat했어.
You gotta work harder.
됐어.
Is it because I'm black? You want me to work hard because I'm black? Oh my god. I ain't gotta do shit. Watashi wa yamata. Done.
Hello, I'm Strawberry and I live in Japan. I work as an elementary school English teacher and I live in the countryside. So basically, I've wanted to move to Japan since I was 12 years old. My family forced me to move from Nebraska to Florida in the middle of my 7th grade year. I became extremely depressed and I found some kind of escapism in learning about Japanese culture. I stumbled upon a Japanese tea ceremony on YouTube and that kind of sparked my love for Japanese culture. And I just became very enmeshed and absorbed in Japanese culture as a whole as a way to escape from the reality of my life in middle school. But I was able to push through and I feel incredibly grateful for that because I would not be able to be where I am today if I hadn't been able to push through. I applied for my job in January of 2024 and I was accepted to the position in March of 2024. And that is when I started preparing for my departure, which would literally be in March of 2025, which was this year. And of course, there have been ups and downs in terms of settling in. It's really hard to live here as a foreigner, but I feel very, very grateful to be here. I love Japan. I love living in this country.
なんか対照的な2人だったな。実は日本に就労する外国人の職場に対する満足度って満足、やや満足の割合が 80%。 言葉や文化の違いで苦労してると思ってたけど意外。お次はそんな日本での仕事中に恥ずかしいハプニングに見舞われた人たち。
When you work in a Japanese office, you have to look busy all the time. Even if there's nothing to do, you have to kind of give the appearance that you're busy and you're working really hard. So when I wasn't busy and I had nothing to do, I had to pretend I was doing something. So I would sometimes open up a blank Word file and type random things in there, like today's shopping list, how I'm feeling. Sometimes I just mash the keyboard. Other times I would open up a work file. So I used to translate things. So I would open up a translation, for example, so that if someone had walked past or glanced at my screen, it would look like I was working. But I would type, again, nonsense and other things into these translation documents, into these Word files. All was fine. I had no issues. No one ever seemed to know what I was doing until one time my boss was checking my translation, as he did with all of my translations, and he calls me over because he says there's a part he doesn't understand, which was, a pretty common occurrence. So I said, okay, great. And I look at where he's pointing, and I had typed, "Still working, boss!" ! And I did not know how to explain what that was or why I typed that. I couldn't think of an excuse in the moment, so I just leant over him and just pressed the backspace until it was gone and just said, "Ignore that." And then I went on back to my desk, ashamed, so embarrassed, and just hoping this would not come back and bite me in the ass in some way.
Ask and you shall receive. Here we are with yet again another story of my time being an English teacher in Japan. So I knew I was gonna be with them, so I wore a beautiful red satin shirt. It had cute little ruffles on the sleeve with the bow, and I wore a black skirt, and I think I even did my hair like super cute that day too. Like, I was feeling my best self. I knew it was gonna be a good time. Whoa, we did our lesson like we usually do, but at the end of it, my JTE, my Japanese English teacher, was like, "Hey, like, let's play a game." And all the kids got so excited for it. So anyway, like, everyone got so into it. We were all having such a great time. The kids are like, yelling, and like, we were standing so close. We were like super close. And like, I don't know if you know this in Japan, but like, personal space is like a thing. Like, I don't know, they don't like to touch. They don't like to get too close to each other. So I was kind of in his personal space, but he didn't seem to mind it. Right. Whoa. I felt like I was getting hot. I was getting a little hot, but I didn't think anything much of it. Well, after class ended, I decided to freshen up in the bathroom. And the second I walk out and see myself in the reflection, like in the mirror, I've never done this in my entire life. I sweated so much. I had a giant sweat stain all the way down to my rib cage. That's how much I had sweated in that stupid satin shirt. Oh my gosh, I was mortified. My JTE saw that. All of my students in that class saw it. I mean, luckily nobody said anything to me, but I was so freaking embarrassed. It's like July, like literally around this time of the year in Japan. It is hot outside. It is brutally hot outside.
1987年に始まったこの JTE ってなんと世界最大級の国際交流事業なんだって。 JET プログラムの卒業生には大使、外交官、大学教授など帰国後に活躍する人が数多くいるらしい。ところで活躍もそうだけど、働くことで一番重要なのはやっぱ金銭的な部分。その辺ってぶっちゃけどうなのよ。
Did a working holiday in Japan, and this is how much I got for 5 months worth of work working in Niseko as a bartender. Some people have been extremely unimpressed with how little that we got paid, but in comparison to people I spoke to in Niseko, we got paid well. It is very little, but I will reiterate, like I have in the other videos, that it is an extremely competitive job market. There is so many people that want to work in Niseko. No like competitive pay rates going around, and like overall we got paid 1,400 yen per hour, which was technically considered highly competitive pay. I know people that were getting 700 yen per hour. Like, drum roll please. How much money I came back with to Australia? $2,650 I brought back to Australia. That's after holidaying in Okinawa for 10 days. I am stoked. But at the end, I got my February and March paycheck all in one. So I had over $3,000 to spend. And I'd also had $500 left from the previous month, like 2 months of $500 amounts left over. So it's definitely a livable wage in Japan. Highly recommend doing a season. It was the best time of my whole life, hands down.
I've been working in a restaurant 5 nights a week, and let's see how many hours I worked. I worked 138 hours, and I get paid 1,500 yen an hour, which is roughly 15 Australian dollars, which means I made a total of $2,070 for the last month. For rent, they deducted $465, and for tax, they deducted $422, leaving me with $1,182 for the month's paycheck. This is more than enough to live off in Japan, even in a touristy town where prices are higher, and if I budgeted well, I could definitely walk away even with some savings.
オーストラリ 者の平均時給って低くてもだいたい2100円くらいなんだって。スーパーの食料品も日本と変わらないみたい。だからオーストラリアのワーホリに行く若者が多いのか。でも逆に手取り高そうな海外のエンジニアが日本に働きに来るのって一体どうしてなんだろう。
One thing I feel a lot of people don't know about me is that before being the founder of Borderless, I was a mechanical engineer at a startup here in Shibuya in Tokyo. And I was working on IoT devices, so we were developing a gadget that allows you to control all of your home appliances from your smartphone. Even though this job has absolutely nothing to do with what I do right now, I genuinely really enjoyed it. Reflecting back on it, what I enjoyed the most was simply being able to work alongside Japanese people, which is not a very common experience for a foreigner in Japan, because many people end up working at English-only companies or they work for themselves, so not many get that experience that I had. And that experience is one more piece of evidence for me to know that I can indeed do hard things, which definitely shapes my confidence today.
As a Malaysian engineer living and working in Japan, here's what honestly shocked me. When I first came here, I thought Japan was super advanced, robot, AI, future city-wide. But when I started working inside the industry, it felt very different. First thing that shocked me, how slow decisions can be. In Malaysia, sometimes we just try. If it's failed, we fix it. Here, meetings, discussion, alignment, approval. Everything is very careful. Not wrong, just very careful. The work ethic. People are very responsible, very detailed, very committed, but sometimes too committed. And here's something many foreigners don't realize. A lot of companies here are not competing globally. They are competing inside Japan. So the pressure feels different. It's stable, but not always fast. Over time, I realized something important. Japan optimized for stability. Malaysia's optimized for flexibility.
日本には IT エンジニアなどの海外人材が約10万人もいるらしい。日本を選ぶ理由として一番多かったのは安心して働けるところ。世界中に選択肢があっても安心を取るなら日本一択よな。そして最後は日本の強みといえばやっぱりこれ。
Hey guys, come with me on a day in the life of a foreigner working in Japan through the WOLF program. So, my host I stayed with owned a bakery and a farm in a rural town in Japan in these beautiful mountains, and today I worked mainly at the bakery. So, to start my day, I began by helping take the bakery products and walking them just across the street to this beautiful local farmers market to help restock their shelves. After that, I helped out with some pretty daily bakery tasks like labeling and prepping their products to go to market or to sell in shop. Some of my favorite jobs were actually getting to help bake their desserts. So after that, I had lunch, which is usually some sort of Japanese curry, and today I had a chiffon cake. So after lunch, I had a break for a few hours, and then my host would give me a little map and tell me to go explore the town. And I ate my treats, explored the area, and let me tell you, summer in Japan is no joke. It was hot, and I was looking super sweaty, so ignore that. And then I would head back home where my roommate Tama-chan would greet me, Tama-chan the cat, who was so cute. And then we had some yakiniku for dinner and ended our day. So overall, I had a great day, and I will always remember these experiences.
How did I become a cafe manager in Japan? Guys, this is my most asked question, so today I'm finally gonna answer it. Okay, so first of all, this is less of a job and more of an internship. So I am not getting paid, guys. I'm not getting paid because actually I don't have a visa. I am not here on any visa at the moment because I'm only staying in Japan for 2 months this time. Actually, I'll leave in a month. I only got 1 month left and I need to go back to Germany because I am actually still a student. So yeah, and also the cafe is owned by my friend who I know from 4 years ago from language school because I used to live in Tokyo 4 years ago for studying Japanese. So basically the friend, I also know her from there. And I just hit her up. I asked her if she needs some help with filming, editing, posting, blah, 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 because that's also beneficial for me. I can make an internship out of that. And obviously it's my friend, so I'm very happy to be able to help her. And it's very fun for the both of us. That's why this is a very specific situation. I mean, that is a very good experience for me. And I'm very happy to be able to do that. But this is not something I earn money with, guys. Like, I hope one day I can actually make this my job and earn money with it because it's so fun.
いかがでしたか？働き方や文化の違いに戸惑う方もいましたが、多くの外国人から日本で働けてよかったという声が多かったのが印象的でした。全く違う文化と環境の中で誠実に頑張る姿には思わず微笑ましいものを感じてしまいますね。皆さんは日本で働く外国人についてどのように感じましたか？面白いと思った方はぜひチャンネル登録、高評価で応援していただけると嬉しいです。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。